Ring Radio Hour, take one. Welcome to the Ring Radio Hour. I'm your host Ray, coming at you live from the edge of the universe. Today I'm here with my friend Jordan, my friend Nick.
Hello.
Today I wanted to talk about virtual reality, and social media. I think with games like VR Chat, people can create their own online persona. In virtual reality, would you rather be yourself or roleplay a specific job or character?
Definitely roleplay. I mean, I'm already myself. Why would I be myself in the video game?
Definitely roleplay a specific character. I don't know about job because, people play video games to not have a job, but
What a weird way to describe it.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with roleplaying a specific character because hey, that's one of the fun of games like VR Chat. You're someone you're not.
I mean, being yourself is like the easiest thing because you already know what you do.
Yeah, but there's that sort of that feeling of the unknown.
I guess just dive into the unknown real quick and be like, I'm just gonna have fun and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you watched the film We Met in Virtual Reality?
I have not, but I have heard good things about it, so it is on my watch list.
The basic pretense of the film, it was entirely shot in VR Chat, and it showed how people's lives improved they may not have before. There was an entire wedding that was held in VR Chat because people had found love over the game. Or people can roleplay in jobs they've never gotten to do in real life. There was one person who was a stripper, there was one person who was a belly dancer. It's a whole different experience.
Interesting.
That's the best way to put it.
I have heard of that because there are times when you are more yourself in VR Chat than anywhere else, but at the same time, is that really you, or is it just a version of you would like to be?
It could be that it's the version of you you'd like to be, and then the one outside of it is the more authentic, because then you have society's pressures on you and be like, oh,
exactly.
Under the pressure, who are you really actually, instead of having the freedom. VR does have its list of side effects. Besides dizziness, players can dissociate where they feel detached from their real body and environment. Despite the side effects, is using VR worth it?
I haven't tested VR enough to determine that.
Yes, I do think so, because even though there are those side effects, VR was never meant to replace real life, and I think that's why I hate the metaverse. Sorry Mark, I hate your work. It's terrible, stop it. But at the same time, VR in general was just meant to have fun. It was never meant to replace life itself. And when you disassociate, that means hey, you've spent too much time in VR. It's fine, but no matter what, VR can never replicate real life.
People may see virtual reality as an escape to a world that's much more fun. How does this escape help people manage their lives?
Well, with everything going on in the world right now, people are sort of looking to escape, even temporarily.
Just all the crisis happening in the world, just let me ignore it real quick and just full dive into something I can pay attention to.
Sure.
I think that it just helps them because hey, we all need fun in our life, and that's just one of the things humans as adults really lack, just a sense of fun, excitement, and engagement. And so if VR brings that to them, good for them. I'm just imagining
someone having anger issues and they're just taking it out in Beat Saber, and it's this is how I deal with my life.
To be fair, if they are really good at Beat Saber, then I guess
good props on them,
helps.
Obviously.
Yeah, if it helps them truly, let them do it.
If you had a certain phobia, do you think being exposed to it in VR would help you?
No.
It depends on the phobia.
What if you were scared of heights?
Yeah.
It's gonna make it worse.
Yeah, no, mate, I can't do that.
I just thought the height one is oh man, you'd probably get really disoriented with the headset and then falling. It's not gonna work.
I'm sorry, but I hate giant spiders, and snakes. So
I think it really depends on the quality of the graphics, because this is really high definition spiders coming at you. That's very different than really low polygon models.
Exactly. So I don't think VR exposing me to snakes and spiders is going to help. Now I know there's real life stuff that could help, but I just rather not. And unless that phobia is more social, or like more of a like personal thing, I just don't see it working.
So do you think like VR would help people who have social anxiety?
Yeah.
Just simple, curt answer. Just like, yeah,
Very
practice
very
makes
simple, curt
perfect.
answer.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
I do see like the benefits of that. At the same time, I just don't want to see like giant, realistic spiders charging towards me.
Right. Besides VR, people can make their own persona on social media. On social media, are people becoming more willing to show their lives with the flaws and all, or just the perfect version?
Just the perfect version.
I mean, if you want enough clout, I guess that's how it's the way to
It's
go.
like a similar thing with online dating, not really like putting
Fair
yourself
enough.
out there. You're just like putting a tailored version
Yes.
of yourself out there.
I think people do want to express their perfect version because at the same time, if they show like the flaws in their life,
They don't see other people's flaws. They're gonna think something's bad with me, and not like this is normal. Like sometimes
it's nothing wrong with you. It's just that's life.
Just to get to know, like, oh, it's not normal to have like a yacht party every week or always be on vacation.
Like, let's be honest. Like most of those photos are like fake, anyways. They probably rented the yacht. Like I once saw this
Oh,
video.
I'm on a friend's yacht right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, like I once saw this video of this guy, you know, bunch of girls, and he's doing the champagne spilling,
Oh.
and like champagne all over the yacht. And then the guy comes out and is like, "Hey, stop doing this on my yacht! I told you this." And of course, embarrassed himself in front of the girls. And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, in case you don't have a yacht."
Just keep doing it for Instagram or to take nice photos.
Look, if you think having a yacht makes your life better, it's not. It will never be.
I think people do run the risk of diagnosing themselves online. They may see a post and relate to like, oh, this talks about mental illness, or maybe I have this mental illness. How can people avoid this self-diagnosis?
They can try to avoid those pages.
Just don't unfollow, ignore. Just don't.
Don't.
There's always like even the like TikTok pages which is just like, oh, I'm giving like advice about life. Would you also like follow those or just ignore?
I'm too ugly for TikTok, so I can't.
Wow, what a way to put it.
All right, I'm gonna be real here. I feel this because I did the same thing to myself. The truth is, if you really think you see a self-diagnose yourself, look into what you're diagnosing yourself as, honest to God, because you might not. You're just seeing like one person and you think, oh, that reflects me. No, because that's just one person. Some people have like tons and tons of different stories of this. Like there's not one version of autism. There's like countless versions. And if you truly think maybe I do have this, talk to a doctor. Doctors help you. Talk to doctors.
Yeah, that's what they're all there for.
Yeah.
Studies do claim that there's a correlation between social media and depression. Does social media tend to make people depressed, or are lots of depressed people on social media?
I think it's the first one.
I think it's a bit of both.
People are sort of like pressuring themselves to, how to put it?
Or they're like comparing themselves to others, and that sort of puts a lot of stress on.
So like, is it sense it's a competition, or it's like, oh, I need to like have
keeping
enough
up with
posts
the Joneses
regularly?
in a way.
Yeah. So just like, oh, I have to always make sure I'm doing something interesting, so I need to post on Instagram today. But it's really not that deep.
I think we are the first generation to grow up with social media. As such, we are the first to like truly comprehend what it is and what it can be in all its like glory and unglory. Like, when people go on social media and feel sad, they're gonna feel sad anyways because maybe there was something in their life that just made them feel bad. And like there are also cases of social media creating like new feelings that we didn't know inside of.
I do think it's easy to be a jerk online because people don't care what strangers on the internet have to say about them. With this in mind, which social media platform do you feel is the most hostile?
Twitter.
People just hate Twitter so much, and I have such a chill experience with it.
well, you haven't been on young adult literature Twitter. I don't think I want to dive into it. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Server sanity.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here, Twitter is just the worst. No matter what you say, people are always gonna feel like get mad at you, and I'm like just like, oh man, I can't believe you say it, like physically mad.
It's the barrier of like you can't see the person's face, so it's like I don't see your reaction, so I don't need to care about how you feel.
And there's also 8chan, which is terrible, but I feel like you should, like, it's always gonna be terrible no matter what you do.
It's just the environment they created there, just like, no, this is never gonna be like a nice place.
It was a hostile environment. It was made to be a hostile environment, and it became a hostile environment.
Wow. Social media is kind of great as you get to reach out to anyone you want 24/7. Where do you draw the line between talking too much and giving too much space?
That's kind of a tough one. I just usually just poke them to make sure they're still alive.
I think the line draws when you want the attention focus on yourself compared to like you're in a conversation. Like you want to have a genuine conversation because
just like once a day, maybe just like, hey, I'll just make sure you still exist. Thank you.
And then I vanish into the ether until I'm needed again.
That's pretty fair because like some people might get annoyed where it's like, this person is like talking to me too often. Like me and my best friend only communicate once a year.
I don't mind if people talk to me every day, but I'm like too polite to bother people.
I'm pretty fine with like people talking to me daily because I'm just like I want to keep up with what you're doing, so that's great. Yeah. But otherwise, I get some people are weird.
But if you really want to have the discussion, you're gonna have to like reach out to people. You're gonna have to make the initiative, but as well, you're gonna have to let them talk because at that point, you just want to say anything, whatever you want.
That's all the questions I have for today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for me being here.
It was an honor to be here.
Have a nice day, all of our wonderful viewers.
Take care.